This can't be on the podcast.
I feel weird using a raw mic.
Yeah.
No protection.
It's true.
We want to hear those plosives. Okay, so I wanted to get this on the show. I've Googled French actors. And
did we start?
I made an accusation.
Should we close the door or anything?
Yeah, I guess I should close it. I'll go get them. But I wanted to get this on here. I said French actors are characteristically bald.
Okay.
And now we've pulled up a long list of them.
We're recording on the phone?
Yeah, we're recording on the phone.
How much of my body is in this? I feel like
the whole thing.
I feel like I've been ambushed by a podcast.
The whole thing, baby.
No.
We need it all, baby.
I don't.
Here's what I need to know: is are French people bald?
We can crop. How can we?
Are Frenchmen bald? Jean-Paul Belmondo.
Literally, we've both been like, no. And
I don't
you're
think
still
it's a
trying
thing.
to prove
that
this.
guy's not bald. That guy's
Gerard
not bald.
Depardieu? No, he has a ton of hair.
Alex is trying to convince me that because I'm balding, I'm French pilled.
Yeah, because he took French in high school. And so I said, that makes sense because you knew you were going to be bald later. And then he laughed politely. And then Kath said, that doesn't make any sense. And I said, because French people are bald. And then Jeremy said, sure. And then I felt like he didn't mean it. So I started looking up French actors. But now we're here and none of them are bald, actually.
Yeah.
What's the name of the French
Who
karate
is this
guy?
fucking Jay Leno French guy?
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
I am thinking of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Is he bald?
Is he French?
God damn it!
I think he's like Canadian or something. No, he's Belgian. He's Belgian.
I can't win at anything.
Just like the fries.
Yep.
You made a very astute point, which is that Jean Reno, who is the actor in the Da Vinci Code, might as well be Jay Leno for French people.
Yeah.
Because his name is
Because
Reno.
his name is Jean Reno.
This is the kind of things you say on your 5th podcast.
Don't you think he might as well be Jay Leno for French people?
What's funny
Omar Sy has hair.
No, every single person on this list has hair.
Why are none of them bald? Why are none of them bald?
Thank you for inviting me on a podcast where you guys look at a laptop I can't see.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
An embarrassing thing.
I just disconnected my mic because I'm so.
You disconnected the power.
Oh, sorry. Hello, we're starting.
Welcome to Quarrators, a show where no one thinks French people are bald.
All right, it's still in
or
there.
has ever done any generalizations about what French people are like in their entire lives.
I feel like you're really chastened by this. I'm so sorry.
I'm down to do French stereotypes. They just have to be accurate.
We're here in hour 5 of recording. Now we're going to dance to the song. Hey.
Hello.
How's it going? It's Quarrators, the podcast where we record our questions and say that they're dumb.
Yeah,
I'm Jeremy. This is Alex.
What the fuck is up? It's Quora.
It's Quarrators.
Quora.
What's up?
Who are you pointing at?
I'm pointing at the camera. There's a camera behind you.
There's a lot of cameras.
Hello.
Yeah,
It's a YouTube podcast. We're doing something that no one's ever done before, which is we're reading things on the internet and we're putting it on YouTube.
We're the only ones that do it. And
the only podcast that's a video that gets chopped up and put on TikTok.
We put it into clips.
We invented it.
And so Jeremy keeps telling me, I got to keep my feet out of the camera. I got to keep my feet out of the
because
camera.
those
for
are for the
Patreon.
premium feet.
Yes.
Thank you. Alex doesn't get it.
People are going to come to those.
He's like, people won't mind seeing my feet. I'm like, no, they won't. That is the problem.
That's the problem.
They can be paying us money for that.
I recently posted a picture on Instagram that included my feet, and I was very upset by the number of comments that were like, I can't believe you're giving these away. Like, I didn't.
There's a website.
She's just giving them away.
I'm on the website.
You're on WikiFeet?
I'm on WikiFeet.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, I
would
think
love
it's
to be on there.
WikiFeet. It's either WikiFeet or like Foot Finder or
Sure.
something.
Sure.
What is your entry
Kath
from?
Barbadoro
By the
is
way,
here.
Kath Barbadoro from What a Time to Be
Also,
Alive.
we have a live show
Kath
on August
Barbadoro
5th.
from
We keep
WikiFeet.
forgetting.
Wait. So hold on to that. We're going to have the feet thing, and then we'll do that.
I missed what
Every
he said.
single episode, we've been like, we have to announce we have a live show at the beginning of the episode. And then at the end of every episode, we're like, we talked too much about feet for 45 minutes.
When's your live show? Tell me about the live
We fucked it again. August 5th?
Yeah, August 5th,
August
Saturday.
5th.
It's at Caveat in New York City.
Caveat
nice.
Bar and
Live
Grill
music.
in the Lower East Side.
Will we?
Not a
We
bar or
have a
grill.
show like the same The night before.
The night before. Okay. I thought you were going to say the same night. And I was
Well,
like,
That would
you're
be very
fucking
funny.
on this.
I don't want to like blow up your spot. You got to catch up on the paid protest text. We might be going to another city the night before your live show. Yeah.
All right. Well, I won't go then
It'll
because
be
I'm doing
just
the Coroners
Jeremy.
live show. I didn't want to go to Chicago anyway.
Yeah, man.
I like
This is
casseroles.
we've been talking about this for like a week.
Oh, we booked this like a month ago.
No, I know, but you've been in the. This is not interesting for a podcast.
Listen, the important thing here is that Kath is on a website that catalogs celebrities' feet.
It's true.
Yeah.
And that means you're a celebrity.
Yeah,
She's
I think
That's what
so.
it means.
How did they find
objectively.
your feet?
I mean, I guess because I put them on Instagram, and then
Big
everyone was
mistake.
like, "Why did you put your feet on Instagram?"
It's true.
Big
You know what always freaks me out
Let me
is when
see if
people
I'm
call
still
them
on there.
puppies.
Ooh, I don't
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
The dogs?
Don't like it. Well, they're like, why'd you show those puppies? And I'm like, this is just so weird.
Yeah, I'm barking for these
That's.
dogs.
I think these dogs are barking is okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's not bad.
Well, because sometimes you look down at your foot and you're like, these are hounds.
Sure. Because,
These
okay.
are wild
You know what?
dogs.
I think I'm realizing it's just the retification of it where it's like dogs, fine. Hounds, fine. Puppies, a little weird. If you
Yeah.
start saying like, who show
Puppers.
those rare puppers?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
unacceptable.
Oh, nice doggos.
Hold on. Someone added my recent feet picture to my wiki
Dude,
feed.
that rocks.
Unfortunately, I only have 3 out of 5 stars. Someone is-
Average reviews.
Crushing.
There are so many pictures of my feet on here. I had no idea.
This is a podcast about the internet.
Including a picture of my foot when I broke it, which
Wow.
is
Well, that's going to damage your score.
that's perverted.
That's an interesting fetish.
yeah.
That's like putting Jeremy Renner on like Hot or Not based on his car crash picture.
That's like when people have like pregnant fetishes where it's like I can only get into the feet if they're broken. You know, like
Yeah.
it's like I need a specific kind.
Yeah, there's something like vaguely misogynist about liking broken feet. I feel
I
like
don't like it.
I
It's
feel like
weird.
liking feet is totally harmless.
Sure.
because
It's
of foot binding?
just because it's violent.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
just
something
weird.
bad happened to someone, and
Yeah.
you like that.
It's just not good.
And historically, when bad things happen, it's
Also-
men damaging women.
I should specify because this is a podcast that goes onto the internet. I am not comparing being pregnant with having something that is broken.
Thumbs up.
Checks
Remember
out.
to like and
Quick
subscribe.
disclaimer.
I need to find.
Live show August 5th.
I need to.
We're gonna play the theme song. with
I'm
real
keeping the
music.
French part in. I know it's going to take me a lot longer to edit, but I'm doing it.
Fifth podcast.
Okay, so my feet have 28 votes, and 5
Damn,
people
dude.
voted ugly, and I need to find them.
They vote on it?
It's like, why are you on my page looking at my feet if you
are
think
seeking
they're
it out.
ugly?
No offense, but I don't think your feet hit the like fucking algorithm of wiki feet. Like these people are
Right.
seeking you out
Right.
and they're giving you negative. These are haters.
These are haters.
These aren't
Well,
people who even have a real opinion on
Yeah.
your feet. These are just fucking
you
haters.
can't listen to the haters.
Absolutely
Kath.
not. Absolutely not.
Wait, I have an important question, and we will talk about Cora at
Who
some point.
cares?
By the way, Kath is our first recurring guest, so she's a very special
Yeah,
role on the
that's
show
true.
now.
Thank you for having me again.
There's gonna be a bronze statue of her somewhere.
This time, this is a huge upgrade because the last
Yeah.
time we did this podcast, I didn't know we were on video and I was
true.
wearing straight up pajamas.
Yeah.
So,
And Alex wasn't even in the video.
And
he didn't
then-
make it in.
Well, the camera fell down, is what happened.
And then
we've all come a long way.
yeah,
and
and,
then-
that clip went viral somehow. It's like the only one.
Yeah,
It went viral, and all I say in it is like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's all Eli.
It's all
it's all Eli, and it was so nice of Eli to have me on his podcast.
And Alex says El Mao in it, which I thought was a joke, and then he revealed is just how he thinks people say LMAO.
Is that not how you say it?
It's certainly
I-
not.
I don't think you ever say it. Like, why are you saying
I think
it?
if you're
I'm
gonna
saying
say it,
it.
it's gonna be LMAO. There's a
I'm
band.
saying
There's
it.
LMFAO, the band. No one says like El
Mafao.
Mafao.
Well, not that you know of.
We don't know.
LM foul.
We gotta ask the uncle nephew community what
That's
how to pronounce that.
Because that's the thing about LMFAOs, they're
the
uncles.
That's the facts. One of them's an uncle.
That's really cool for them.
If one person in your band is an uncle, you're an uncle band. That's like the Nazi thing where it's like you see a table with 10 people, one of them's an uncle. That's 10 uncles.
That's 10 uncles. Everyone at that table is an uncle for sitting quietly.
I prefer to think of them as a nephew band,
sure, whatever it is.
Ah, you see the hope
which
in
like
the future.
most bands with a guy in them are probably nephew bands.
Yeah.
Like statistically, a lot.
Yeah.
Of them
I don't think
probably
there's
are.
a lot of
I'm a
nephews
nephew.
in a band.
Are you a
anyway,
nephew?
Yeah, I am a nephew.
See?
Most people are nephews.
This is a nephew podcast.
Yeah,
I guess I just don't think of myself in that identity role.
I'm a son, I'm a husband, and I'm a nephew.
You don't ever get nephew on the gravestone. That's not one that comes up a lot.
That's when you're really digging to the
Beloved
bottom.
nephew. Someone wasn't having a good relationship with his immediate family.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what roles do I play? I'm a bitch. I'm a sinner. Nephew is like 10th in line.
Yeah, it's really close to the bottom.
Producer Waffles has decided this is an important update for the listeners. He's decided not to sit in the Pelican case today.
Yeah. He's walked out.
No,
he hasn't been on camera in some time.
No, he was in I think the last one.
He was in was that the bonus?
Well, I was told my camera was
one.
full body, so he might be in.
Here it is.
It's a full.
Are my feet on?
No.
We'll crop it.
No.
Don't let the haters see.
Anyway, Kath, you know the deal with this show. We read chorus.
Read me some chorus,
and we go, what the hell? And so that's what we're doing. And as this is the 5th podcast we've recorded in 2 days, you're getting the best ones. Yeah. That's for sure.
I'm getting the beloved nephew of Cora. Yeah. Just bottom of the barrel.
Absolutely.
I think Waffles should pick one.
Oh,
is he?
He's in there. Before we get into the chorus, we have to read our Quora from last week, which was
2 hours ago, but does have answers. We checked.
And that question was...
And you guys thought this wouldn't get answers.
I am 15 years old. My mom says I will never be happy. Is that true? Question asker here. I am Jewish, if that matters.
That was a good caveat to add.
Honestly, that is context for the mom saying that. Yeah. I feel like that is a very Jewish mother outlook.
Yeah.
I don't know that story. I didn't live that story.
That's
but
not your
I'm willing to listen.
Experience.
Also, Waffles, good job.
Waffles is killing it this episode.
If you're not watching the YouTube right now,
you're missing out.
Run.
The fucking
Do not
question.
Walk.
Who knows where that will be? Because Waffles is in the question spot right now.
All right, let's slam it.
So what are we slamming?
The answers reading answers.
Len says, why is she saying that to a 15-year-old? Can she predict the future? Sounds like you're going to be mighty happy when you no longer have to live under her.
I am sick of living under her.
Thank you.
Thank you, Len. Upvote, love your music.
Yes.
Why is your mom trying to steal your sunshine?
And then Autumn Gill says, happiness is subjective. For each person is something else. Your mom does sound very unsupportive, probably because she has her own issues and she is unhappy herself, maybe even depressed. Try and help her, but you will be happy. Just have to work for it.
Now, no one has commented on the Jewish angle of it yet.
No one has.
No one's touching that one.
Are there answers that need improvement? Because sometimes they hide additional ones and they say these aren't
7 answers collapsed.
Yep.
Yeah, that rocks. Thank you so much for bringing that up.
So dude, this is 2 hours ago. We got 10 answers.
Amy says, only as true as you let it be.
Okay.
James says, no, unless she can predict the future, I would brush this one off.
Two people said that. That's insane.
Gil McQueen, who's a former diplomat, says, no, please also consider the fact that your mother may be an idiot.
Oh my God. Shots
Former
fired
diplomat.
at my mother.
Peter Claus, who I assume is related to Santa Claus, says, if you keep coming here for answers to questions like that, then she is right.
We only have one person on mother's side. So.
Quora is a website of the damned. If you're asking questions
true.
on there, you are not happy.
Going to Quora is like summoning a demon.
Which we will never do on this show.
Whatever.
We will never summon one.
Alex won't let me summon a demon.
It's against the will of the Lord.
Kath, do you believe in demons? Do you think if we summoned a demon that a real demon would show up? Because this is an actual
notice
debate
the
that we're
pause.
having.
I mean,
Notice the pause.
I just feel like if you put an ask out for a demon, it depends how busy they are. If they got other podcasts they're doing,
that's true.
like they might ditch you for Joe Rogan or something. You know,
I can't even book a fucking human on this podcast. Let me tell you.
The thing is, I mean, like, I
that'd be
understand.
a good horror movie premise. Is people can't get a podcast guest, so they summon a demon.
That would be a great real life situation on account of I want to do it.
You are underestimating the folly of man. I saw this movie once that was like a COVID movie that's like a Zoom chat where they summon a demon and then they're all killed over Zoom, which is like
I saw a movie once where a guy got stuck on Mars.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's all kinds of movies, but my point is that if you summon a demon on a podcast, even though you're just playing around, think of the pros and cons here. The pros are like, funny podcast guest. Cons are you're killed by a demon and they rape your soul
probably
for eternity.
Not even that funny. The bit would probably just be us saying Steven stuff and then being like, all right.
That was it. That was all it took. I guess that's all we get for a demon. Well, good, because we're not doing it because I don't play like that.
Yeah. You're a good Catholic boy. You can't summon a demon.
I want to do it so badly.
It's not worth the risk, Jeremy. You risk our very soul.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for answering these questions. And if you have to answer one of our questions in the future, remember to write the words scrambled eggs. And that way we know you're a scrambler or one of the loyal Quora listeners.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have a great playlist for Kath today. These are all bangers start to finish.
First segment, Core Romance. It's our romance and dating segment about dating and romance.
Have you ever found a real sweetie and met them under the mistletoe? This segment's for you.
This is a Christmas themed segment. All right, that's the end of that.
And you don't just have to kiss people on Christmas.
This is from Crying to Radiohead, who sent this in on Discord. Is it okay for me to cheat as long as the guy is better looking than my husband?
Yes.
Yes.
Not only okay, it's encouraged.
Jeremy?
What?
Yes or no?
Yes, I said not only is okay, it's encouraged.
Okay. As long as he's better looking than your husband, it does open up the thing. Is it not okay if they're not better looking than your husband?
I mean,
no.
That's the thing is like, is it like, would you rather, if someone is going to cheat on you, would you rather they be uglier than you or hotter than you?
Uglier. I would like them to be uglier.
Yeah.
Well, I want to have something to like. Hey, on the plus side, you're better looking than. At least you're better looking than that guy.
Yeah, but then it's like,
he's a troll.
What am I lacking? If it's like a person hotter than me, it's just like, well, they're hotter than me. Like that's what it is.
Nothing I can do about that.
I'm assuming it's my cruel personality that drove my lover away.
Right. Into the arms of an Uggo.
The endless slings and arrows of my verbal abuse day after day after day.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I do think. I mean, I guess I think about it of like somebody I've dated if they like get with someone who's like, because you'd rather you be better looking than that.
Now, maybe this is a corny fucking 2009 ass question to ask, but what if they were funnier than you?
Oh, what is
that? Is it like a more successful
early
comedian?
Obama years?
I don't know. I feel like I'm like Pete Holmes right now. But like, is that a thing? If they're a more successful podcaster or something?
Oh yeah. If
you care,
if
you can't even think
Mark
of one.
Yeah, I'm the most successful podcaster I can think of. Who's probably also a more successful podcaster than me.
Mark Normand?
Does he have a podcast?
Yeah, he's a lot more successful than us.
Well, there you go.
he's doing quite well.
I know he's hey, shout out to Mark, by the way. You've never done anything wrong, and I've never looked into it. Anyway,
wake.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it that if they were funnier either. I just want to be better all around.
I think I would be upset if they were funnier than me. I wouldn't necessarily be upset if they were more successful than me, because those are two separate things. And
funny or subjective.
I have coped with my position in life by assuming everyone more successful than me is a nightmare. Is like a bad person. And that's the only way they could have gotten more successful
I'm
than
so
me.
Tired of
is if they're bad.
They've taken the things. They've taken the road that I chose not to.
Yeah. Right,
on account of my morals.
Exactly.
I could do that.
Anyone, if you have one more patron on Patreon than me, you have sold your soul.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I could have had that if I was queen bitch at my family barbecue.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
And also, everyone less successful than me is a dumb failure.
It's just not as talented.
They
didn't do it as smart as I did.
Exactly.
That's right. It is kind of interesting how that works. Anyway, if you cheat on me, there will be punishment.
Yeah,
and it will be swift.
I think the conclusion is none of us would enjoy being cheated on.
No, I'd be like, pause on that. I don't think I used that expression right. That came up last time.
It means
you're gay.
No
but
homo. It literally means no homo.
But I mean it like pause, like reconsider your cruel actions.
You just mean like a video.
Yeah, pause the video because my feelings are hurt.
Pause the video because it's gay pornography.
Pause the gay pornography before the sex and notice the two close friends.
Just two guys building a deck together. That's what that is.
That's enough of this question. I don't really want to read all of the answers.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. They didn't seem very interesting to me.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Should a husband protect his wife from danger, or let her do as her own wish, as she is a woman and anything a man can do, a woman can also do?
I feel like this question has an agenda.
I feel like there's a story at the beginning of it.
You've scared Waffles.
Sorry, Waffles.
Yeah, but anything a man can do, a woman could do also. And so
should a husband protect his wife from danger?
What kind of danger are we talking about?
The first thing I think of is Ninja Warrior, and I don't think that's what they mean.
I was imagining
should men allow women to participate in Ninja Warrior, and I say yes, yes, yes.
I'm imagining a guy who's like going on a mission, right? He's been called by the government to like save the president's daughter or something, and he's like, I'm gonna go to some vaguely foreign country to fight the terrorists, and his wife's like, I'm gonna go with you.
Yeah,
and
me
he's
too.
Like,
I'm going to.
No, I'm protecting you from danger, and she's like, a woman can do anything.
A woman can do, and just
do.
because I'm not a spy doesn't mean I won't go on spy missions.
Exactly.
I feel like
Take me on your business trip.
I feel like I'm imagining someone like breaks into your house.
Okay.
And then the wife is like, wake up, there's someone in the house. And the husband is like, you're already awake. Why are you waking me up? Go deal with this.
Yeah.
A woman can do anything a man can
That's
do.
so true.
Yeah, it seems passive aggressive the way it's written.
It's like evil feminism
Now-
to be like, you deal
The
with that.
dark art of
Women
feminism.
can do whatever a man can
Right,
do.
right.
Get killed.
I don't think about danger. So like when I think about like, when am I abusing my female privilege that the
Sure.
MRAs are talking about? And Alex will know about this because he's had to deal with it. Men lift heavy boxes when I'm moving. I don't have to do that. That's like the one
Abstractly.
thing
Sure.
that Alex helped me move, and I made him carry all the heavy stuff.
We also went in my Prius.
Yeah, moving in a Prius, truly the New York City experience.
That's a New York experience.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
So I've still
But
like
I feel like danger I don't really think about.
Sure.
it does make me think
Doesn't
of
even
like
cross my mind.
Yeah.
I
don't feel very in danger most of the time.
selective service for young men is the first thing I think of where they like
The draft or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
should women
yeah.
be drafted?
yeah, should women be drafted? A
husband
thing
must
we don't
protect his
really
wife.
do anymore.
Right.
A husband-
No one should be drafted.
I think
don't-
only husbands should be drafted because they have something to fight for,
Sure.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right. A lady back home.
something to die for.
And it gives the women some time for themselves.
That's also true.
If you let these bachelors abroad in the war zone, they're going to kill their way to all the puss on the other side
That's
and then
true.
just drop their weapons where they stand.
That's true.
Anyway, the response to this immediately, their best example of it is Jill Biden. And there's a photo of her tackling a woman, and I just really wanted to include that on the podcast.
Why is Joe Biden tackling a woman?
He says, should a wife protect her husband from danger? Of course. When you're married to someone, part of your job is to protect them. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. This is my all-time favorite picture of U.S. First Lady Jill Biden. So he's got a few.
I want to know what the second favorite and third favorite pictures of Joe Biden are.
She's gone full-bore mama bear, protecting her husband from what she perceives as a physical threat. And
Now,
then,
in this picture, if you're listening to the podcast, Joe Biden looks very afraid.
yeah,
And there is a college student
with
girl
a sign.
with
And
a
she's
sign
going
that's
like
probably
this.
like, Joe Biden sucks. And she's like being shoved out
Can I
of
turn
frame.
this around without it like
That's
don't know.
destroying everything?
Oh yeah, that's dope. Good for Jill Biden. I
for
also
Jill.
like that picture.
Good for Jill.
I mean, I do think I'm saying like husband protect wife. Yes, wife
Yes.
also protect husband.
she protects, she attacks.
That's so
exactly. That's good.
That's good. And that's what you want
important.
in a mama bear. A first lady mama bear. The rest of it isn't really funny.
I think Joe Biden
from
should
that.
be drafted.
I like the term when he goes, wives are adults.
You know, in most cases, this is true.
Yeah.
If that's not
we're
true, we
working
got other
toward
problems.
we're working toward it being all cases, but unfortunately not quite
We're
yet.
not there yet. And, you know, people call me a misogynist for this, but I think Joe Biden should become president if Joe Biden dies.
That would
Yeah,
be
sure,
It
interesting.
why
shouldn't be
not?
system.
Kamala. It should be Joe Biden.
That would be really weird.
I would.
I don't like that.
Oh man, I'd love the live cam of Kamala
we
finding out
have-
Jill's president.
Should we even have a vice president, or should the spouse of the president be the vice president automatically?
Jeremy. We're getting into succession now. We're getting into succession territory.
Is that
the succession of kings? The succession of lords,
okay.
The succession of the realm.
I think that should be a rule.
I think that should be a rule as
Okay.
well.
I'm fine with it.
New rule.
New rule.
New rule. Wives are president.
Only if they're adults.
Bill Barr should do that. He should bring that one up. New rule. If you're married to the president, you're the vice president. Okay.
Wow.
And his audience is just like, why?
Why, Bill? I don't follow you
Can
there.
you
That's
talk about
one,
trans
Bill.
people again?
Why don't you take down the Muslim threat, Bill?
All right. I'm trying to see if there's any like good. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
What is the danger? Many years ago, my wife and I were taking a walk in our neighborhood. I walk faster, so she would jog on ahead of me, and I'd catch up to her. That's insane. She was
That is
running ahead
insane.
of me when two dogs came running out of their yard, growling and barking. I pulled out my buck knife and charged the dogs. They turned
Slit
tail
their
and
dogs'
ran.
throats.
When there was physical danger, I charged in and defended her. Other than that, she has been quite capable of taking care of herself.
And this is from a computer system administrator.
Michael James.
In the fakest story I've heard in my entire life.
Why does his wife run ahead? That feels real. It's
why
too
would
strange.
dogs run away from a knife? There's a lot of questions here.
That is true. A dog wouldn't know what
A
that is.
dog does not recognize what a knife is.
Those are military trained dogs. Those are high level operators.
Dogs fear swords.
Yeah.
Dogs fear blades.
Their natural fear of the blade.
The problem that most men face nowadays, that it's hard to tell that a woman what to do. Hard to tell the woman what to do.
Yeah.
You can only give your opinion.
That is what's hard
Unfortunately,
for men.
That's what's hard. But this is from Quora poster YouTube.
He says, unfortunately,
That's a great username.
Two words.
unfortunately, the
YouTube.
boss of my wife has more right than me over my family.
Fortunately, the boss of my wife has more right over me than my family.
Crazy. I love Quora.
Ring
That
that
is
bell on this
crazy.
YouTube.
Yeah, dude.
That is, maybe
the
this is
bell.
the way to class consciousness.
It is.
These
The
days,
tyranny
your
of
boss
wives.
has more rights
It's so
over your
true.
wife.
Solidarity with
It's
all
like
husbands.
somewhat woke in a way.
Husbands are an oppressed class. We must free them.
That is true.
Yeah.
Alex and I are both husbands.
Yeah, you know how it is.
We're husbands and we're workers.
We're here in the podcast minds.
We're working here on a loving home.
Yeah, I feel like you guys are running through. One time I had to do a bunch of podcasts in a week, and I took a picture of Sisyphus pushing a rock up a hill,
Sure.
and I just put podcasts on the rock.
Nice.
And that's how I
Podcast
felt.
rock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is, honestly.
You finish podcasting, and then you just have to podcast again. The podcast
true.
rolls down the hill.
It's the hardest job. We're braver than the troops.
Podcasters are workers, as are husbands.
Wow. This is so true.
Oh no!
Hey, that's a premium sound.
Yeah.
You have a premium soundboard?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a whole soundboard back there. Just patreon.com/Quora.
The premium soundboard kind of rocks because a bunch of Discord users suggested the sounds for them, and that none of them really pay for the premium.
We all
so
threw
they're
them
all
back
pretty
there.
upset to find out that we use them and that they can't hear it.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed
Shouts
the
out.
teasers.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
I'm gonna read one more of these. Jane Evans says, "Oh God, GAWD, not another one.
Oh, you think you didn't say it right? It's gonna be, oh God.
Oh God, not another one. When I was young and my kids were babies, hubby had to work nights. His big, strong self wasn't there to protect any of us.
I was right about the accent. That's
So
what it sounds
being a
like.
thoughtful hubs, he bought me a gun and taught me how to shoot. I attended classes on gun safety and kept the gun locked away from my kids. Noises outside, I was armed. Threats from randos, I was armed. Road ragers, armed. Never had to pull the gun in all the years he worked. Protection is up to the individual." I don't know if I did that voice right.
This reminds me of on Twitter the other day, someone posted like, "Do you have any advice for a young lady who's moving out on her own?" And every quote tweet was like, "Get a gun.
Get a fucking gun.
Get a fucking
Kill
gun.
anyone
Learn to
who
kill. Learn to
crosses
clean
you.
your kill.
Yeah, it was like really intense.
You need a law degree. You're going to need to protect yourself from the murders.
Kiki's delivery service, but she just has a gun on her.
I don't want to do this.
Are you a witch?
Don't talk to me. I'm a girl.
All right, that's the rest of that one, I think.
We have 100 more questions. So
good.
That's good.
Do we? Okay, yeah. Okay, welcome to Quora MD. Oh, shit, I got
Waffle has returned to the box, by the way.
Waffle's
Waffle's back in the Pelican.
Producer is producing right
He's
now.
protected by
He's
industrial
so
level plastic. You can now take him to the airport if you want to.
Where is desktop? There it is.
Are you looking for the sound?
I'm bad.
Jeremy learns how to use a Macintosh computer every week on this program, and that's what you're paying.
Are you a PC guy?
Yeah.
I'm a PC.
Hi, I'm a PC. I'm fucking, what's his name? I can't think of his name.
John Hodgman.
John Hodgman.
There you go. Welcome to Quora MD. These are your medical questions, your anomalies, your biological astronomy.
Sorry, I forgot your name. John Hodgman, noted listener of Quarators.
Sorry to John Hodgman for that. We got some great medical questions for you, Kath.
Do I get to look at any rashes?
I hope so.
don't
this
know.
is similar
Post your
to
rash
that.
on Quora.
Yeah. This is a question for, I think, that we can all answer. What would I feel if someone gently stroked my bare exposed ulnar nerve, sciatic nerve, and phrenic nerve? What is that?
So first of all, I'm going to say, don't know.
Did
what
I say
nerve
those
cells
words
are.
right?
Don't know what nerves.
All right.
I know the sciatic one because people get sciatica
Sciatic,
from
right.
sitting on their wallet.
That's a soft C for sure.
Sciatica, one of my favorite movies. Jude Law,
yeah. Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke.
It's a good one.
It's just word
Kind of teaches you about biology a little bit.
All right. Oh, no.
Yeah, so these are nerves, and if you touch them, you're thinking like, whoa, too much.
Stimuli.
Yeah.
Sciatic nerve is like, it looks like it's in your spine.
Yeah.
I know.
It goes down your leg, I think.
You know how
yes,
when
yes.
the dentist is playing around in your mouth a little bit, and then he gets to the part where you're like, ouch.
That's why
No.
there's a phrase, touched a nerve. It
Right.
feels like that. It feels
Ulnar
like
nerve.
someone said something sensitive to you.
I think
Yeah.
ulnar nerve might be the funny bone.
Okay.
Touched a nerve would be like if somebody, so if somebody touched your ulnar nerve, it would be like if they brought up the time that you didn't get an invite to prom or something.
Right,
Sure.
exactly.
Pretty much exactly.
And then phrenic. Let's see what this one
What is the benefit for you looking this up?
I want to know.
There will be a quiz at the end of the podcast.
Also, again, I assume I got some stuff wrong. If I got anything wrong, just shut the fuck up and don't tell me. I don't want to
Yeah.
know.
Do not
I
contact
really
us.
could not give less of a
Jeremy's
shit.
a cool guy who's Googling the phrenic nerve right now.
I do want to know where it
Spinal
is.
nerves in the neck. It's
Okay.
important for breathing and
Okay.
motor control.
See,
of
this
the
is good for you to know
diaphragm.
for your martial arts.
This is good for me to know as an important podcast host who's looking up the details
So
of
you
the
can
questions that he
jam the
has to
phrenic
answer.
nerve.
Anyway,
Yeah.
now that I know all these things, I'm going to say probably feels really good.
Gently stroke it. Stroke
Yeah,
my
why not?
nerves.
Why is this guy
Stroke
horny
my
for nerves?
nerves.
Yeah.
The
Kinda
word
weird.
This is a
stroke.
serial killer question for sure.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
guy wants to
yeah.
touch some bare nerves.
Yeah, that's for sure.
There's like an early science where you could only find out biology by like cutting up cadavers,
Sure.
like kind of shit. Like,
sure.
They brought dead bodies into your
Yeah.
high school.
What if one were
Biology
to
class?
stroke the sciatic nerve? Would it look anything like a Philistine slain on the road?
R.I.P. Cormac McCarthy.
R.I.P. today, by the way.
Yep.
I know this is coming out 3 weeks from now.
In 100
R.I.P..
years. Yeah.
John Topper says no nerve is intended to be directly stimulated. There are
John
several
Topper.
orders of magnitude too sensitive. Touching any unprotected sensory nerve would be hideously painful. There's really nothing to
Hideously.
compare it to, as different nerves carry different kinds of sensations. Some carry hot and cold. Some carry pressure. Some carry the sensation of vibrating. It would be whatever that nerve normally carries, but 10,000 times worse. Touching a motor nerve would result in uncoordinated jerking movements.
So you're kind of like a smack guy, huh, John Topper? You think you know more than me
Yeah.
about the nerves?
Well, I stroked a nerve. How do you like them apples?
How do you like them apples? Also, John Topper is a great like fictional gay porn name.
Yeah.
If you don't have a mustache, you're making a huge mistake.
Anyway, most people are just saying it's going to be extremely painful and you'll be sad.
People are saying, don't
Don't do it.
do
Just
it.
Leave those
don't.
nerves alone.
All right, this is a question that I think we can answer.
Kath is gonna be good for this one.
Is it possible to be dyslexic and have PTSD?
Why am I good for
Kath
this
is gonna
one?
be good for this one because she's intersectional. She knows about communities.
I probably no, right? How could you possibly?
Yeah, well, you wouldn't be able to remember the letters, right?
Yeah.
You could maybe have like DSTB or whatever.
I've never told anyone this before, but I have PTSD. Wait, no.
No,
Wait,
shit. Oh, I'm thinking of the clown again.
Yeah, that's tough. You got both of those.
That's tough to have both of them.
Bad.
That's a
You just
shame.
have to like write it on your hand. So
Yeah,
you
like
remember.
memento.
But then you try to
that
read
wouldn't
it.
be
and,
useful to you at the same time.
That's a good question. Could you be dyslexic and have memento disease?
and
sucks.
have memento.
You're
disease.
reading all this shit. You're like, I don't know what this fucking says.
And it's backwards too. Maybe that helps that it's backwards, so you don't have to look in the
yeah.
mirror. I don't know.
That's like the next generation of Christopher Nolan film, Dyslexic Memento. just like,
momentum.
Ooh.
just like a hot guy looking at himself in the mirror, being like, "What the fuck are these? What is this, squiggles?
You have dyslexia.
I know I didn't write it."
Yeah.
Anyway, all the answers just say yes. I don't know what to tell you.
Yes,
a lot,
you
but a lot of
can.
people are like, I have both.
As a matter of fact, if you have dyslexia, you probably do have PTSD because of
Sure.
all the fucking letters you read wrong.
Because people are probably really shitty to you when you're in school.
All right, that's all the core MDs. On to 5 Quo, our police segment.
5 Quo.
This is a fake siren.
This is
You're
not a real
being
siren.
pulled over. This
I
is
know
not
we've been
real
playing
if
it a
you're
lot
driving.
lately, but it's
We're
not
really
real.
sorry
It's
about
not
that.
real.
Anyway,
Just don't listen to this in the car anymore.
We had on my podcast, we had to ban our producer from doing car horns.
Sure.
People are getting mad.
I haven't done the
Yeah.
car crash in a while.
People got mad about that one too.
Yeah, it's so long.
It went on really long. It's like a 5-minute sound effect.
It's like a pile up.
It
It's
really
like
is.
30 cars.
Yeah, you
It's-
can imagine.
Is it
like,
still on there?
Yeah, I think so.
We don't even have to
Don't
listen to
play
it. I'm just saying it's interesting that you have it.
I like
Yeah,
that
I
it
got it.
starts with a bowling strike. That's how the car accident starts.
I just
It's
like
a
that you have it
tough
on you
crash.
at all times, just
Yeah,
in case you have to
I keep
pull it
that
out.
thing on me.
Concealed carry, but for a sound effect. Anyway, speaking of guns,
5 Quo.
if 8 heavily armed gang members try to break into your house, what gun do you use to defend yourself?
I'm using. First of all, I'm using that thing,
That thing.
and I
Yeah.
keep it on me. Mine is probably so. I don't have a gun yet, so I get to choose which one I
Yeah.
have, and I probably have like one of those really big pistols with like a 6-shooter
Okay.
revolver on it. That's like a Magnum of like a Desert
Sure.
Eagle that I keep on me all the time.
Mm.
Because I think those kind of show marksmanship in addition to firepower, and that's what gets respect from your murder victims.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'll go shotgun. I think shotgun, I don't know anything about guns. I know literally nothing about them, but I think shotgun's probably the only gun that you're allowed to go like, yeehaw, while you
It's
shoot.
like kind of cool.
Yeah, you can, like,
You're
yell.
either a cowboy or you're like Bruce Campbell.
I think it's like
Yeah.
Ice Cube with a shotgun. But at the same
I
time,
could do
too,
one-liners the most with that.
Yeah.
shotgun, best gun for like, I'm a guy who doesn't know how to shoot guns because they just like
Yeah,
annihilate everything in
exactly.
front of
It's
you.
like a cannonball.
true.
Yeah.
I feel like I would.
That's the best way to explain shotguns to me, by the way. It's like a pirate ship's cannonball. But they're just using shrapnel to fire out of the cannon.
I feel like, well, first of all, of course, I would simply try to talk it out.
Absolutely.
That would be number one.
Yeah.
8 heavily armed gang members. And you're like, fellas.
Yeah.
Why are these 8 heavily armed gang members
do they
breaking in? What do they want from
They're
me?
here for waffles.
Why are they all together? Like,
They're best friends.
I'm making my wife do it because you know what? Women can do anything
That's
that men
true.
can do.
Yeah,
They're allowed to risk themselves.
I think I would like. I feel like if I had to have a gun, I would definitely get one of those like cool little pearl handled
Sure,
pistols.
yeah.
You know,
Those are sick.
waffles.
Waffles
You're gonna disconnect my
disconnecting
mic.
Kath's
we go.
headphones.
Producer Waffles deciding that you don't need to hear.
He's so jealous. He's so jealous that we're getting so much clout today
We're clouded.
with all our guns
Our big
we've
wiki
used.
guest.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry, like, I got so distracted by that, but like, I didn't realize people were updating it. Like, literally, I put a picture up on Instagram like 3 days ago, and it was like number 8 in a slide, and it
Yeah.
is on WikiFeed already. Like, I don't know what's going on. Anyway,
Somebody's watching.
someone is watching.
It's like Santa Claus.
I'm
kinda.
starting to understand why all the comments were like, I can't believe you're posting your feet. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There's 8 gang members.
I'm gonna
who
show
use
my
your
feet.
Instagram.
You're explaining this to the gang members.
I'm showing him my feet. I'm going to be like, surely these are worth something.
Is this what you're looking for?
What gang is it?
MS-13.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a really big, good one.
One of the best gangs.
It's a high
Waffles!
It's like getting into
gang.
an Ivy League school.
Yeah. Oh,
So you got in. Oh my God, I was accepted into MS-13.
Did you hear about Damien? Damien got into MS-13 this year. He's not sure if he's going into that or Crips, but
That's my son's waitlist gang. his safety gang.
Yeah.
Also, your son's like 5 at this point.
We got to start early.
You gotta start
Yeah,
early.
you do.
You got to get in with them
If
early.
you want to be about that life, you gotta start early. So the thread is mostly people just sharing their interest in guns, which we will probably not share with you at home.
It's not really that interesting.
One of them
because it's
has
just a
like
bunch of guns.
the Symphony of Death or whatever it's called, the gun with like 10 barrels on it. He has like the one they used to kill the Japanese president last year.
The knock gun.
The knock gun. That's cool. 9 barrels gun.
People who like get on Quora and write about the guns they like. This is like the adult version of like a little kid being like, and my gun,
Yes.
it shoots the lasers at the bad guys, and it has 3 lasers.
I would use Mega Man's gun.
Right.
The Buster. I would use the Mega Man's Buster. I would use Zero's sword.
Waffles
You
is
are causing
producing.
so much trouble this episode.
Waffles.
Oh my God.
Third
It's a
episode of the
delicate
day.
Podcast.
Waffles has a lot of opinions.
Get in here, you lovable bun.
Yeah, there's not really anything worth reading on this.
Yeah, just
because
guns.
it's just people. It's just photos of guns.
And every time we talk about one, Alex has to find the picture later. And
Yes,
that's
that
violence.
is true.
That's wrong.
Look at this one.
No, don't talk about it.
Okay. Oh, here's a good one. So
Oh,
this
we've
one
been waiting
has
for
been
this.
like viral on Twitter. It got emailed to me. It got emailed to some of our listeners. The question is, I am facing 30 years to life in federal prison. Should I take some clothes to prison? Is this allowed? Or will I have to wear prison uniform during the entire sentence? Now, there's an answer that's worth reading here, but I'm curious what you guys think.
Open.
I think the answer is no, right?
Well, I just want to say from my experience, I haven't done a life sentence, so I can't say.
I'm imagining many Quora respondents have done time.
Oh, yeah. I think most of them are in prison right now.
Yeah, using the library computer.
Yeah.
on a
You got to wear the
heavily-
orange jumpsuit, right?
I think you got to wear the orange jumpsuit.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
tacky.
like maybe for a special occasion they let you put
Sure,
clothes on.
casual Friday at the
Yeah.
prison.
You have to wear
Yeah.
the blue
Or
one.
jeans.
Casual.
Yeah, sometimes you get to wear the blue one.
If
Like
you're-
if you did a good job.
If you have good behavior, they let you wear a neutral color.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, you're looking slimming today in your black jumper.
Your
If
vertical
you're bad,
stripes.
if you're bad, they make you dress like the Hamburglar.
Yeah,
If
that-
you don't,
Right.
That's how
if
you can
don't-
tell the really dangerous prisoners.
Because the old ones, the old style uniforms were black and white horizontal stripes,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And those are not slimming.
Those are not.
No, they
slimming.
make
They
them
want to make
wide.
you wide so they can see you if you
Yeah.
escape.
And
As
it's
a-
kind of a punishment.
As a
Yeah.
prisoner, too, you want to look wide because you want to be as big and powerful as you can.
They should bring the hats back.
Yeah, they should bring the hats back.
Those
Yes.
rocked.
And they keep the sun out of your face.
Yeah.
Did they? They were a little like, they weren't even like, they didn't have a
They had a-
brim.
Although
right?
I feel like it would be interminable to be forced to wear a hat when you don't want to.
Put on the
That is
hat.
like the
True.
worst.
That's true.
Hey, perp, put it on.
Waffles
act-
is like basking. He's
Yeah.
so
I'm
cute.
so happy.
He hasn't
Waffles,
been on
thoughts
this
this?
show.
Waffles.
You're not-
Waffles
you're
kind of
not-
prison colored. Gotta say.
Yeah.
Well, it's not.
Little
There's brown in
convict.
there. There's
Prison
brown.
coded.
He's not prison. Don't call my cat prison colored.
All right, let's read this answer from Daryl Smith, who's a senior software developer at Cisco Company.
Why would you dox yourself on fucking Quora? I don't know.
I always feel bad that we're doxing people, but I love
They
doing
sign
it.
up
It's
for it.
so funny.
They put their name out there.
As always, I could click this man's thing and I can see where he lives.
Hold on. You got to read the answer. You got to read the answer.
All right. He studied at MIT, by the way. You should run. Seriously, don't ever drive a car again. Move to a logging camp somewhere and just do hard labor for cash. Don't even think about letting yourself go away for that long, no matter what you did. Run, son. Throw away everything. Break your nose. Keep your hair dyed at all times, etc. Also, check out something called Buzz Humble because I might as well use this post's clout to advertise it. So
what is Buzz Humble?
Run from the federal police. Check out Buzz Humble. Check out.
That's the thing. Like, it is especially crazy to dox yourself while encouraging someone to go on the lam.
When you have a viral tweet and you say, like, check out my SoundCloud, like, this guy had a viral fucking Quora answer where you tell someone to run from the authorities and it's like, check out my business. It's called Buzz Humble.
Check out Buzz Humble. Check out Cisco software. Every day is a blessing. Through God, all things are possible.
Buy these vibrators. Yeah, break your nose so that you're unrecognizable from the police. Also, these lights really change the way your room looks.
Yeah.
If you move to Alaska, every citizen is a criminal, so it can't be a crime to live there.
That's true. That's why they have darkness for half the year.
It's also where they do all of the logging, so it's kind of the perfect idea.
True.
Break your nose sounds tough.
They do that in movies, right? Like that's what like Titan did.
Titan?
The fucking French movie.
Oh my God, smarty pants over here.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do what that Mexican drug cartel guy did, where he went in to get plastic surgery and then he died
right
from complications.
That's smart.
Getting plastic surgery.
Are you talking about Face Off?
I'm not, but I'm talking about like the first half of Face Off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we think about what Buzz Humble is? I don't really want to advertise this guy's company.
Yeah, we already said the name of it a lot.
I already said check it out. I assume it's like for bees to date.
If you get on Buzz Humble and you give this guy money and he rips you off, you're sunk. He's running away.
Yeah.
Look for a guy with dyed hair and a broken nose and ask him if...
Go logging company to logging company until you find Daryl Smith. I recognize you from your Quora picture.
Does he have a photo? He has his arm in here.
Yeah, but that's all it takes for me to track you down.
Yep.
Oh, cool. He's a landlord. That's not even a joke. His most recent answer from 15 hours ago is talking about his worst tenant.
I never would have seen this coming.
He is a fucking Hawaiian landlord.
And the founder of Buzz Humble?
What can't this guy do?
Anyway.
And ladies, he's divorced. I'm assuming.
Everyone on Quora is a divorced ex-convict.
And they're also a cop and a troop.
Yep.
He has answered so many questions about what is considered cheating.
Yeah, that's a divorced guy.
This is a divorced guy who lives in Hawaii and is trying to be funny online.
We haven't found any cops with ghosts for a while. That was all we were getting for a bit.
Cops and ghosts?
Yeah, cops who were
what
like,
do I do if
they told me not to do paperwork, but I saw it.
I can't arrest this ghost. Finally, someone I can't kill. This is the politics segment. This is called the quiz course. This is going to be a problem because guess what the next segment is?
Shit! Fuck! That's okay. We'll just play it again. We'll play the song again. So this is like the debates of the day, political stuff.
Hot topics.
It'll feel like it touched a nerve reading these chorus.
And I'm glad that we fucked up our our audio thing because this one definitely had to be in.
There was nowhere else it could go. I almost put it in the doctor one.
The question is, how do you fight someone who is on PCP?
But see, the thing is, when you're on PCP, you're pretty much an ape, which means they'll rip off your fingers and eyelids.
I feel like this is a dare scenario. Like, you don't go like fucking Super Saiyan when you have PCP. You're still just a guy.
No, you can save your baby from a car.
That's adrenaline.
That's if you're a mother.
PCP.
Well, if you're smoking PCP, it's a great way to like activate that. If you're like having trouble inspiring yourself.
Every time you hear about that, it's a woman on PCP.
Yeah. All these moms on PCP. Yeah. It's like maybe that's how the baby got under the car in the first place.
Yes.
There I was throwing around my car.
Yeah, I was playing catch with it because I'm on PCP and it's like really light.
I'm doing She-Hulk to the car. And
yeah, it is sort of a thing of like, I don't want to victim blame, but how did your baby get under that car before you lifted it off your baby?
This is affecting your WikiFeed score.
And how are you flipping it? How are you flipping it like it's a warthog and you're Master Chief?
Yeah, but
I feel like
if you're listening at home, do not fight someone on PCP.
Fight somebody on PCP by just like flashing a light in their direction.
That's
and
a good idea.
Be confused.
If they're a cat and you have a laser pointer.
Yeah. Same way you would subdue a cat. You grab them by the scruff of the neck and you stuff them in a carrier.
Because their mothers did that when they were young.
Yeah, it'll paralyze them.
Is PCP is it like the same as having rabies? Are you afraid of water, or is that
No.
Okay, never mind that.
No, I don't think so.
That was a joke. That was another one of my
I didn't mean
funny
to say
jokes.
it like that. I was just like, I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I'm glad I got that one in. Well, we better read the answers.
Yeah, what are the strategies that core
All right,
people have come
let's
up
see.
with here?
Let me get into the answers here. There's 8 of them. As if they're a ferocious animal, consider them devoid of reason and fear and without the ability to feel pain, and pray that they are incapable of fighting like a human who's experienced and or trained. An animal may not intend lethal harm. An attack may be a display of dominance, as in those of other primates. Flight may be possible if there is an initial attack and withdrawal.
Can I just pause and say,
Please,
if they are an ape, which is the first thing I said.
I think you're correct.
Fight them like an ape.
This guy doesn't have an answer. He just says, like, don't do it. Which is
Yeah,
what we
don't
say.
do it.
Big
They'll
deal.
rip
We
off
know
your
that.
eyelids. They'll rip off your fingers.
I don't think PCP makes people like
It makes them
want
into
to
Donkey
kill.
Kong.
Like
It turns them into Donkey Kong, unfortunately.
They smash barrels at you.
I don't know. I mean, I've never done it. I just can't imagine it makes people go into a murderous rage.
We gotta take a weekend. I'll do PCP.
Let's do it. We'll
Come
go to a
back
cabin
here.
in the woods.
Yeah, just take
See if
the
we
time.
rip each other's arms off.
See who
each
can
other's
throw the
senseless.
most cars.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to play bocce, but with SUVs.
It's gonna be an expensive weekend.
I would say most people just agree with us that they're like, if you don't have a gun, you're dead. These men
fucking
will kill you.
dead.
They have no fear. They have no
There are
pain.
8 of them, and they're breaking into your house.
If someone
So-
is on PCP, they are 9 feet tall.
If you don't have water you can hide inside of, it's over for you.
Yeah, they won't get in a pool.
Let's see.
Oddly, I dealt with this question both practically and theoretically in role play many years ago. What does that mean?
Practically in role play.
I'll tell you what it means, because the next sentence says, so many of my little club lads also played D&D with me, which led to questions like, what do you do with a zombie apocalypse? Regenerating trolls, or weird stuff you're never likely to meet.
You might as well have a Quora podcast, fucko.
I hate
means
this person.
nothing.
Yeah,
this
it's like,
means nothing.
What do you do if someone with PCP wants to kill you? Well, I play Dungeons and
Right.
Dragons.
One
and
time I imagined that happening. Let me tell you what I imagined doing.
my wizard has 6 cantrips that he can use to change the illusion, to make colors different.
If you thought it was bad defeating a human, imagine an orc. Shut up.
He literally says, depending on the
shut
weaponry I have, how to do this is different. It's like, shut up, dude. You suck.
You suck.
Yeah,
We
thumbs
hate you.
down.
Thumbs down, Quora down. I'm going to comment on it and say,
I'm air horning
no.
how we're bawling on him. Don't bully him from. It's my face and name.
I don't know.
You're making me into. And he doesn't even have dyslexia
He might think it
for
says
me to bully
on.
him.
Why did this guy say on to me?
As in, I was on one.
As in-
Also, these answers were from like 5 years ago. So that's
oh,
good.
here's an answer. Someone says inject yourself with PCP and adrenaline.
There you go.
Yes.
Fight fire with fire,
OD
baby.
and die in the parking lot.
Boom. Easy. So fucking easy. And then another person says shoot them in the head.
Okay.
So
Yeah, they're pretty much zombies at that point. You gotta
Yeah.
shoot them.
they have no redeeming qualities once they've
No.
been on PCP.
If you do PCP, you deserve to get shot in the head, is what Quora thinks.
That's what they say.
You're already gone.
All right, on to historical teachings. This is a different song. It's not the same one as the politics one, and no
this
one
is about history.
is upset about that.
And what we can learn from it.
Yeah, and specifically, apparently, the United States.
Often the United States, and many times.
If Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon, who took his photograph? Is it another American bullshit story to mislead the world? Checkmate, moon
Checkmate.
believers.
The second sentence really.
Well, the
makes
answer is
question.
obviously Stanley Kubrick
Yes.
took his picture.
He sure did.
So.
And he had to do it in like 500 takes.
Yeah. Yeah, using only the natural light from
Yes.
the earth.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Does this guy think like Buzz Aldrin went in a second rocket? Like,
Well, I think he's just
He
like,
met him
after,
there. He was
yeah.
like, be there in 5.
meet me on the moon.
there's pictures of him like going down the stairs or whatever. The guy's just like, how is this possible?
Who's in there?
Who's in there?
This
First
is
of all-
another bullshit story, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. A bullshit American story to mislead the world.
What is the other one? 9/11? Like, what is the other American bullshit story?
One time, I can't remember. I think it was on
Johnny Appleseed isn't real.
I think it was on What a Time to Be Alive. We were talking about what conspiracy theory do you kind of believe? And I said that the moon landing was fake, and I got roasted into there was a smoking crater left where I was standing.
A crater a lot like the moon, which we have never been to.
I didn't really believe it, but I was like, I could kind of see it. I could see it being fake. Like there was the motivation was there.
Sure.
But yeah, I got destroyed.
Maybe I'll play around on my comedy show.
No.
Yeah.
You won't.
Exactly.
The big problem with any conspiracy theory for me is just how many people have to know about it.
Yeah,
I just don't like if you tell one or two people a secret, you're done.
If you imagine if you knew the moon landing was fake, like
I would have told so many people.
I'm not keeping that a fucking secret.
No. And you'd be like, don't tell anyone.
Yeah, exactly. I would 3 drinks.
Yeah.
And I'm telling everybody in a loud voice at the bar.
Watch 2001: A Space Odyssey one time, and you're like, yeah, that guy could have faked the moon landing.
He could have done
real
it.
as fuck. Happened before the moon landing. That's crazy.
It looks good.
If anyone could do it, it was old Stanley.
2001: Space Odyssey is before 1969.
Yeah,
that's not.
I think so. I think it's 68 or something.
That's
nuts.
Crazy.
It's not real.
He made it up for clout.
What's that?
He made it up for clout.
Unless you made
Stanley Kubrick made that up for clout.
I thought it came out in 2001. Yeah, it came out in 1968.
Whoa. That's wild.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I understand why you would think that.
It looks better than modern space movies.
Yeah, it looks better than the footage of the moon.
Yeah, that's the compelling argument against him faking it.
The moon
looks
stuff,
like shit.
The moon stuff in that movie looks extremely real. The monkeys, so obviously guys in suits.
So fake.
Which is so strange.
Yeah.
People
didn't
mind
they would
doing
have
that back
mastered
then.
monkey makeup before they mastered space.
Audiences in the 60s were more willing to play along with your monkey madness.
I think that's true.
They were like, we get they're supposed to be monkeys.
Yeah, it's a guy saying ooh, ooh, ah, ah, but I know what it is.
I'm happy to see a moving picture.
Right.
This is fine for me.
I'm in the dark and I'm eating this newfangled popped corn.
I just used a microwave to heat food. It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, apparently there's no pictures of Neil Armstrong on the moon.
What the
This
hell?
is the top comment. He says, what photograph? You'll struggle to find a single photograph of Neil Armstrong taken on the moon. And there's a simple reason why. For the Apollo 11 lunar services, Neil Armstrong was the chief photographer. So apparently there's a picture of Neil Armstrong with a camera.
So Neil Armstrong is the boyfriend following the Instagram girlfriend around the moon.
Yes.
Oh,
Buzz
he's like the
Aldrin
one
has
with the hand.
Buzz
We all
Aldrin has
did
his
it.
hand back and
His hair is conditioned.
There's apparently like a reality show now that's like it's called like Stars on Mars, and it's like celebs pretending they're in space or something.
Is so
but
dumb.
Lance Armstrong is on it, and all of the other celebrities are like, he was the first man on the moon.
That rocks.
Yeah, so like it's probably really dumb, but that alone kind of makes it worth it.
That's cool.
That
I
they're
like
like,
that.
he's probably gonna do really well because he was on the
literally
moon.
there.
The government should have paid him more money so he didn't have to do this TV show.
Yeah.
He lost his testicle on the moon.
Yep, that's where he left it.
Yeah, he's pretty much the. Oh wait, I'm thinking of a different guy. Never mind.
You're thinking of Neil Armstrong.
No,
Alex
he's
is on the
a
show.
disgraced bicycle man.
Yeah, because he cheated. But then it turned out everyone cheated. I don't know what the deal with that was.
Yeah. They should
I
have
don't know.
Lance Bass on that show. He's
Yeah.
available.
He's a
and
guy who
star.
wanted to go to space.
Yeah, he did. Did
But
he end up
is
not
he-
going?
I don't think he went.
Is he
too
in
bad.
Dodgeball, though? A true underdog story?
Oh yeah, Lance Bass is also in Zoolander for a second.
Anyway,
him.
apparently the
Shout
picture
out.
of the guy going down the stairs is Buzz Aldrin, and the guy with the flag is Buzz Aldrin, and it's all Buzz Aldrin.
It's all Buzz
Every one
Aldrin.
of them is Buzz Aldrin.
The guy
only
going
picture,
down the stairs photo does look like the Instagram meme with
It really
the
does.
girlfriend in front. Look at my cute girlfriend Buzz Aldrin.
Apparently, the only real picture of Neil Armstrong on the moon is the picture of Buzz Aldrin in the reflection of his.
Reflecty.
Man, that
glass
sucks. It
thing.
sucks that they hadn't invented selfies yet.
Yeah,
that
too
would be
bad.
funny. He did a selfie on the moon.
He should have so many likes for the moon.
Well, I wonder if anyone's done it before. Someone could still be the first selfie on the moon.
I mean, how many people, like, we're not sending people up there very much.
No.
I think China was trying to go up there. There's like competition over the moon, but also
Again?
nobody's supposed to compete on the moon.
We
Yeah.
have like private people doing it now. Like Elon's trying to go up
Right.
there.
There
So
was
that's
this
not
whole
gonna work.
Elon will take
Yeah.
a selfie on the moon.
Yeah.
Like, that will happen, unfortunately.
support the Space Force when you can, because they are our best and brightest, and they're going up there to take selfies.
NASA?
On the moon.
No, the Space
They're
Force.
separate. They're part of the military.
Yeah, but why can we support NASA? Do we have to support the Space
NASA
Force?
pretty much is a slush fund for SpaceX.
Unlike the
as far
Space
as-
Force.
Sure.
So,
Which
Are we
is
still
good.
mad at NASA for having all those Nazi guys?
No. Was anyone ever mad at them for that?
One
They
guy,
got
I
a great
think.
photo op.
I think a few people were mad. Tore a few names off of buildings. Anyway, yeah, that's the answer. Is that it's fake.
Okay, cool.
The answer is that it's fake.
All right, we
It's
got
not real.
a really good last one.
Okay.
Is this the final, Cora?
This is
Yeah, we're at an hour.
all right. So this is one of my favorite questions I've found on Quora in a while, because a lot of the Quora questions are like, "I pooped in my hand. Is that bad?" Or like something
Yeah.
really
Fair.
stupid, and you're like,
The answer
"How
is
you're
obviously
so
no,
stupid?"
it's fine.
Whereas this
Of course.
implies the reader read a book at some point.
Yeah, this is like an educated bad question, which I kind of like. It's like when you hear it, you might think like, "Oh, that's a smart question," and then you think about the words, and you're like,
Wait a
"What?"
minute.
And the question is, are German U-boats still trying to sink American merchant ships going to the UK, or did that mostly end after World War II?
That's awesome. That's really good.
Did that mostly end after World War II?
That kind of died out. We kind of stopped doing
The
that, I guess.
lingering Nazis at sea, just like taking one or two down in the 60s.
Is there any like further description of why he thinks that Germany is still hostile to
No.
U.S.
No one
seafaring
told them
ships?
the war ended.
Yeah, they're still on those boats from
just like
almost
doing
100 years ago.
They're sinking shipments of Beatles records.
Yeah, man, that is delightful.
It's so dumb and so well read at the same
Remember,
time.
it's like it's so good because it sort of implies that like military action is just like a cultural trend. Like, remember we were all doing that?
Yeah.
Why did we stop doing that?
It's like hair in the 80s.
yeah.
Look
We
at those
stopped
silly
wearing
photos.
flared jeans and getting shot down by
Yeah.
U-boats.
Shooting down merchant ships, going to the UK.
That is probably it's a huge problem where they're trying to undermine Amazon Prime. They're like, we can't
Yeah.
do 2-day shipping anymore.
Yeah.
We're shooting
Knock
these down.
them down. We must break their resolve to wear bell-bottom jeans.
Anyway, let's read some answers. Matthias Alden, who works at My Life from 2000 to present,
I
says,
am curious how people like begin to address this, the question writer.
There's a lot happening here.
This guy's just mad. He says, first of all, do you know when World War II ended? They would be going around in rust buckets at this point, and even if they were, they wouldn't stand a chance against such a modernized Navy. Leave the internet. Get an education.
That is a great explanation. Is they're not because our Navy is so good.
Our Navy is Army strong. It's a global force for good.
Yeah.
Now, this is a very powerful answer because this guy, Tom Bartlett, has bolded his, which I've never seen before.
Whoa, interesting.
So my eye is drawn to it, and he lives in the UK, and apparently he was upvoted by Bernard Andrews, whoever the fuck that is.
The Bernard Andrews?
I don't know why it specifies that. Tom says, with the advent of modern military technologies and long-range B-2 bombers, the U-boats are now less effective. In 1986, when Richard Branson made the fastest transatlantic crossing U-boats, attempted to sink the Virgin Atlantic Challenger, but it was too fast. The reason for the continuing conflict is that Nazi officers who escaped to Argentina have not realized that the war ended 70 years ago.
I didn't realize Richard Branson had a U-boat phase. I know he spent a lot of time in hot air balloons. We did a pod dam on that.
Is he the one who tried to fuck a wolf? Not a wolf.
a whale? No, that's McAfee.
McAfee.
Yeah. And he died, not whale related.
He died, yeah.
Right,
He died or faked his death.
I
Well,
like this guy.
he was like, when I die, please make it seem like I faked my death because it'll be funny.
Please. I think that would rock. I invented antivirus software. And by that, I mean probably stole it from a guy.
What I like about this answer is that he's like, no, you idiot. The war is not still going on in Germany. It's still going on in Argentina.
Yeah, exactly. That's where they went, and they somehow didn't
They're
know
still
that
there.
the war ended. That is like,
Idiots.
Fucking dumbass.
I'm Italian, and not a lot of Italian. Like, my last name is really uncommon, even in Italy.
Barbadoro.
Barbadoro. And I looked it up to see like where Barbadoros live, and it's like Italy's the most, then the U.S., and then Argentina. And I was like, I hope I'm not related to those ones because I don't think they got there at the right time.
Oh no!
Sure.
They had to leave
from Italy
for reasons they can't get into.
I know that like Europeans move to Argentina for non-Nazi reasons, but I'm always gonna assume they're there for Nazi reasons.
Yeah, I've yet to see it.
I'm sorry.
Not sure why.
Oh, the beaches are great. Sure. It's not that it's far away from the law.
Not for extradition treaty reasons.
I just love yerba mate.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I learned a lot about U-boats today. And that's what this podcast is all about.
I mean, if you want to learn about U-boats, there are a lot of podcasts about it.
Yeah, that's true.
I like them so much they should call them me-boats. That's going to be the end of the show. Right?
That's a nice little button on it.
We're not going to top that. That's the best thing I've ever said.
We have a question we want to ask for Quora.com.
Oh, fuck.
We've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about the moon. We've talked about feet.
Okay.
We've talked about, I don't even know what else. Gang members, types of
feet.
Guns.
The moon.
What's a good question for us?
Does the moon have...
What's the best kind of gun to have on the moon?
Could you shoot a gun on the moon?
Yeah.
What would happen?
What would happen?
Would it like go slower?
Why would it go slower?
Because there's the gravity.
It's on the moon.
The gravity doesn't speed up the bullet.
But like it does affect, like gravity is acting
It would
on the
land
bullet.
further away, I think.
There's no atmosphere. It would go faster.
I think we need to ask this.
If you shot a gun, at Earth from the moon, would it eventually land?
Would it eventually land on Earth?
Just go like.
Could I eventually hit my enemy?
Could it escape? Reach escape velocity?
All right, type this up. We're gonna wrap this thing up. Kath Barbadoro, first recurring guest on the show. Thank you so much for coming back on. We gotta have. Where are your plugs? Where are you gonna be?
When is this coming out? In like 100 years?
3 weeks.
Come to Paid Protest.
July 7th.
July 7th. That might be too late,
folks.
I don't know.
I think we're good for that.
I have two podcasts. What a Time to Be Alive, where we talk about funny news stories, and Lie, Cheat, and Steal, where we talk about scams, cons, liars, thieves, frauds, and bullshitters. So check those out. I'm Kath Barbadoro on social media. I'm so honored to be your first recurring guest.
Give Kath 5 stars on WikiFeed.
Please.
Get that score up.
Counteract the people who voted that my feet are ugly. I will say more people voted beautiful than ugly, but I'm still
being
really
review
mad.
bombed.
They're not always broken like that. That was one time.
They healed.
I'm really,
Those rare puppers.
I'm very sorry if I've seemed distracted this hour. I'm like still reeling from how extensive my WikiFeed entry is. Anyway, check me out there as well, I guess.
All right.
Wow.
And as always, El Mao?
Question everything.